This is John on a journey to a place where just men are made perfect. Welcome. I welcome you to join me on this journey as we continue to go forward day by day, every day, closer to Jesus, because we have a place to go and we're covering ground, we're taking territory as we go. And we have to take it. It's not just given. There's opposition. So there's opposition on the way, and we need to go with peace, with righteousness, and with peace. And there's oppositions to that. There's Rapshaka coming, people who want to come and stand in front of your kingdom, in front of your wall, in front of your door, and speak and threatening words, great swelling words, opposition and mocking. And you will be moved. Right? Hezekiah, when he heard this ambassador come from another country speaking grievous words, right? He's saying things to the soldiers on the wall, and they're saying, hey, can you speak this language? We'll understand you if you speak that language. And he says, his reply is, why would I speak that language? I'm speaking this language on purpose. I want you to hear me. I want you guys to understand. He's using the more common language, right? And talking about, you guys, something about piss or dung, is being very vulgar. Talking about how, you guys are just going to drink that, sit in your own piss, and are your gods going to save you? Don't think your gods are going to save you. And we destroyed these kingdoms and these kingdoms and these kingdoms. Did their God do anything for them? You're next, right? They could be moving your emotions, scaring you. And he's saying all this, and the soldiers were given a command. Don't say anything. Don't say anything back. You might be tempted. Hey, you don't know our God? What do you know about our God? Don't engage. Right? They have to endure. They have to bear it. Right? Rapshaka is going to keep on speaking, and they're just going to obey. Right? We got orders to do this. Don't say anything. Then Hezekiah, he's going to put it before the Lord, bring it before the Lord. And why are we shown that example? That's what we do as saints of God. Jesus himself gave an example of how they railed, but he railed not again. He didn't return evil for evil. He didn't engage in that, in the back and forth. It was as a lamb to the slaughter, and not because he's powerless, but though he can, he doesn't. Right? And we're shown Moses here. What does he do? He goes into the presence of the Lord, and what happens to him? This is Exodus 34, verse 29. And it came to pass when Moses came down from Mount Sinai with the 2 tables of testimony. No, I guess it's better to start in verse 28, right? Because it's going to say he was with the Lord. And he was there with the Lord 40 days and 40 nights. He did neither eat bread nor drink water. And so that catches our attention. That's strange. 40 days, 40 nights. And you don't eat? You don't drink water? Why? Eat. Why aren't you eating? Right? People eat. You'll die if you don't eat. But he doesn't eat. And he doesn't die. He eats no bread, drinks no water. He focuses on the Lord to this extent. To this extent. Right? We might try to pray today, right? And we think about food. We think, I'm thirsty. Right? We're distracted. Our mind's taken away. And so, can you even focus on the Lord? Right? So it takes a purification of the heart. It takes a desire for the Lord, an increase of focus to be able to be in his presence and not think about other things. Right? You might think about a concern, right? A worry about another person, right? About an errand, about the weather, about what they said on the news, right? What they said, about what the president said, or about what's coming, the change of the law, or the nations are coming, or the rumors of wars, or the price increases. Oh, so many things that our mind is flooded with. And we have to guard that, guard our heart, guard our minds, and understand that the Lord gives grace. He knows that we're in the midst of this, but at the same time, he also knows what we can do. Right? Oh, wait, so you did have the power to choose to not be there, to not turn on that TV, or to not look at it, to turn your body, to turn your eye, to turn down the volume. Right? There are things we can do to minimize it, and choose not to look at it, not to click on it. And we're held more responsible, more accountable for those things that he knows you could have not seen it. You could have turned that off, turned that down, walked away. And so it's good for us to be mindful of that, because we're held accountable. And that means that there will be consequences. There will be repercussions. Oh, you did that. Greater responses, right? Greater difficulties and hardships, because that's disobedience. Right? You know you're not supposed to. You know you're supposed to preserve your mind and guard your heart. You know that you are for the Lord, that you are a vessel, that you are supposed to be filled with the Lord and be emptied out and have nothing, and be prepared and make room and be reserved, separated, consecrated, holy for the Lord, ready to receive, and not have mixture in there, not have other things in there. Preserve and protect your time with the Lord. That's not just carving out the time in your day to have for the Lord, but even outside of that time is going to influence what happens in that time, because you let yourself go into that and hear that and consider that, and you went too many places, or you heard too many things, and you expose yourself to too much, and now you're trying to be with the Lord, but you might try to pray and then you're interrupted because of your own thoughts. Oh, I'm supposed to be praying, focusing on the Lord, and then you might veer, drift. Oh, I do really have to take care of this, and how am I going to do that? What am I going to say to this person? Right? Well, what should I do? Deadline's here. I should change my schedule here. Then, I'm in prayer. Right? Go back to prayer. Why? Why do we do that? We might say, I can't control, right? But you can control what controls that. Right? It might be 2 degrees away, but you do have influence, right? Either directly, or 2 degrees off, or 3 degrees off, because that causes this, which causes that. And the Lord, by his mercy and grace, reveals that to us, even as we ask for help and ask for wisdom. But we can't just ask to know. We have to also then act, right? Because God might show us, right? Oh, you do this, which causes that. And you can't just say thank you and then not act on it, right? Because we have to also understand sometimes he shows us things and then he waits on you to act on it. I showed you that for a reason. This affects you this way. So do, right? And then what if we don't? Oh, thank you. Wow. Revelation. Wow. Understanding. Oh, I got wisdom. I'm more wise. But if you don't follow up, right? Don't do the follow up, right? What's the use of being excited, being happy about, if the doctor diagnoses it as something, right? Oh, that's type A. Type A. Oh, thank you, doctor. Finally found out. And he might prescribe you something, right? Oh, so you need to take this regimen at home. Do this. Buy this, take this. Do these routines at home. Okay. But you're so happy about finding out. I finally know what it is. and you don't follow through on the steps, the required things to do in response to what you found out, right? It's going to become worse, right? It might turn into type B, and you still think it's type A, and it could have been gone, but now it developed, it got worse because you didn't follow through, you didn't apply the necessary remediation, the prescription, the necessary thing to address it. And so, yeah, he's 40 days, 40 nights there with no bread, no water. He's fasting, in other words, fasting. And so I learned how this is a common practice for Christians today to fast in the wrong way, where we might have the wrong approach, wrong understanding of this idea of fasting. Oh, I'm going to fast. I'm going to do some great thing for the Lord. But we don't know that we're actually practicing will worship. We're worshiping our own will, our own strength to do something for the Lord. But it's actually a celebration of my own strength, my own, what I can do by the flesh. We're not doing it by the Spirit. How do we know? Because we're still lustful. We're still proud. We're still fearful. But you went for a period of time, not eating, not drinking. That was so holy. That was so pious. But we did that to feel that, right? And we didn't have an objective, a mind to become more like God, right? To become changed, to deny ourselves, right? Because you're not eating, you're not drinking for God. I'm doing it for God. But you're also doing everything else that you want to do throughout the day. You're not really focused on God. You don't have the mind of Christ. You don't have the heart of God. You're just adding this regimen, this, I'm not eating, I'm not drinking, I'm so godly. Right? But God says, that's not the fast. That's not what I called you to do. Right? Moses is here. It almost makes me think and say, maybe he didn't even know, right, that he was not eating, not drinking, right? Because that's not really like the main purpose. He's not saying, okay, so I'm going to go to be with the Lord and I will not eat. I will not drink. Let me hype myself up, rev myself up. All right, let me eat a lot because I'm expecting to not eat. No, that's not like the focus, right? But that's what we do, right? And yeah, I've been a part of that where I've seen others do it, and I've been engaged in it myself where, yeah, I plan to fast this long, this many hours or days. All right, cook a meal, big meal. I need to be loaded up to get ready to embark on this fasting. So it becomes very much about the not eating instead of being about focus on God. Right? So Moses is there, and he's not eating, he's not drinking, but he's not there to do that as like a priority. Right? He's not there with the Lord saying, okay, God, it's day 2, day 3. I'm still not eating. I'm still not drinking. Thank you for helping me to complete this 40-day fast. I really want to accomplish this, God. No, he's focused on God. He's communing with God. He's receiving from God, speaking with God, being there with God. And it just so happens that he's not eating, not drinking. He doesn't need to. Right? That wasn't like the goal at the onset. That wasn't what he set out to do. He's with the Lord. He's engaging the Lord so deeply, so intently, and so close that, yeah, that's what happens. And when we fast righteously today, that's how it's going to be too. You're focused on the Lord. There's a concern, there's a matter, there's a burden of the Lord for the kingdom, right? Some purpose of God that you're pursuing, that your mind is on, your heart is on, and you're doing it. You're doing something that's in the will of God, and it's going to happen to take so much of your time and focus that you don't eat and you don't drink, or you don't eat and maybe you drink. However the Lord is going to lead. But what do? Right? We say, I want to do. We do it by our own design. Right? We implement it to add it on, but our focus is not right. It's not. We're not focused on God. We want to do that as part of something we do and get by our own design, by our own pace. So that's not how we're supposed to fast, right? And so it's gone so many ways where people say, I'm doing the Daniel fast, I'm only eating vegetables, right? And that's not what, read the book of Daniel, right? And they call it the Daniel fast. You go to the book of Daniel and you see, where is he doing that? Is he doing that here? He's not doing that. He's not saying, God, it's time to go higher in the spirit, God. I'm going to start eating vegetables, so I'll be closer to you, because I have my meal plan is asparagus and lettuce and tomatoes. Yeah, I'm going to hear God better, because it's going to be the asparagus, lettuce, and tomatoes. A-L-T, the A-L-T, right? The A-L-T fast, right? The Daniel fast. Right? We think it's vegetables, no meat. Oh man, you're suffering. You're not eating T-bone steak. You're not eating the T-bone. No T-bone steak. No A1 sauce. You gotta hear God. You must be holy. You should become a priest, a pastor. You're going to be promoted, right? Because you eat the lettuce leaves. You eat the lettuce leaves. So we do that. Right? It's preposterous. God says, that's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I said. That's not what Daniel did. That's not what my servant did. That's not what they're doing. Read it again. Right? Have the right heart. Right? If you desire God, love God, focus on God. And you'll see, oh, that's what they were doing. Oh, they're focusing on God. They're loving God. It's a pure heart. They're not trying to create, right, these programs and these plans, they're devising these means and these ways. And why? What's the heart of that? Where does that come from? And for the same reason they asked for a king. It's so hard just to hear a prophet who hears God, who tells us when he wants to speak to us, what he wants to say, and then to do what he tells us. Can we just have a king that has a law so we can look at the law and not pray? So that we can follow that and talk to the king and not to God? Right? Yeah, one step removed from God. Phew, that's easier, right? Don't come down in a cloud, thundering and telling us that we're wrong. No. Give us a king. And the anger of the man, the king. Oh, that's easier to handle. We can manipulate the king. I could hire a woman and put my words in her mouth and have her tell him a sob story with puppy eyes. Oh king, let me tell you a parable. Right? Yeah, and then try to get the king to do what you want him to do. And the king's heart will be moved. Oh, woman, I'll help you out. Right? And Joab hired this woman, and the woman told the story and tried to relate it to King David. So king, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? And the king catches on. Oh, Joab hired you, didn't you? Tell me. He's behind this, isn't he? So we like kings because we get to do that. You try to do that with God, and what does the prophet do? The blind prophet says, oh, here it comes. I can't get you. I'm trying to put on a disguise because I thought you were just a man, but no, you're a prophet. You're closer. It's got you hear from God. And we try to deceive him. Oh, here's his footsteps. Oh, hello. Right? Wife of, I think it was Jeroboam. Right? What are you doing? Me? Yes, you. Right? Man, what about all this disguise? I wasted my time and effort. You just saw me, right? No, I saw you before the door. I saw you under Nathaniel. I saw him before. I think it was the fig tree. Right? I saw you under the fig tree. He's back. God's back. So we like to do that with the fasting. We like systems. We want to bring it closer to us. Like, give me the controls. Give me the levers. Let me dictate. Let me decide. I don't like it when you decide and you make it your way. We have to focus on you and depend on your mercy. And it's what you say. It's your timing. And I have to wait. Wait on God. And Saul has to wait. And he says, enough of this. Right? It's back to man. We can do it. And he said, wait 7 days. And then here's the second part of the instruction. Well, forget the second part of the instruction. I'm a little bit antsy right now. My anxiety rules. My feelings right now. I'm feeling unnerved. I'm going to obey this feeling. This is God right now. He couldn't endure all the way. It's going to be God. You did well to obey the first part. Wait 7 days. And then now the second part, the prophet has to come. And Samuel has to come and do the sacrifice. I can't do complete full obedience. This is just, I did enough. I fulfilled half of the instruction. Come on, give me some slack, right? And we want to do that. Right? Let me fast. That way, it should happen. God owes me. I did it. Right? Where's my payment? Give it to me. Did I even hire you to do that? Right? Did you hear me? Is that my heart? Is that my will? No, it's my will, so make it your will, God. And so we like to do that. We like to do that. Well, wait. Am I saying I'm God by doing that? Am I acting like God and not letting God be God? Yes. So we have to repent of that. Say, okay, so no more of those kind of fasts, right? Because we have to identify what's the heart behind that. What am I doing? What am I trying to do? So here's Moses doing that, right? Not eating, not drinking, right? According to the leading of God by the Spirit of God. Not how we are fasting these days. Right? So we don't want to do that how we do it. Focus on God. And yeah, you'll happen to not drink, not eat, because of your focus on God. And he wrote upon the tables the words of the covenant, the 10 commandments. And it came to pass when Moses came down from Mount Sinai with the 2 tables of testimony in Moses' hand, when he came down from the mount, that Moses wist not that the skin of his face shone while he talked with him. And when Aaron and all the children of Israel saw Moses, behold, the skin of his face shone, and they were afraid to come nigh him. And Moses called unto them, and Aaron and all the rulers of the congregation returned unto him, and Moses talked with them. And afterward all the children of Israel came nigh, and he gave them in commandment all that the Lord had spoken with him in Mount Sinai. Until Moses had done speaking with them, he put a veil on his face. And when Moses went in before the Lord to speak with him, he took the veil off until he came out. And he came out and spake unto the children of Israel that which he was commanded. And the children of Israel saw the face of Moses, that the skin of Moses' face shone again. Right? Oh, he's with the Lord again. His face is shining again. And Moses put the veil upon his face again until he went in to speak with him. So he's showing God his face. He's showing God his heart. And then that's going to make him shine. That's going to make him shine. And so we are called to shine. This little light of mine, where did you get that little light of yours? From God, right? And you don't have that light if you don't have time with God. And so we spend time with God and obedience, right? Not just being with God, not just going to prayer, but then when you come out, you're going to receive commandments, expectations from the Lord, the mind of the Lord, the heart of God, right? Tasks, right? Expectations. So it's required of us to be with the Lord. And then when we come out, right? Because Moses came out. He's not staying there and he's gone forever. No, he goes, he has some time with the Lord, and then he comes out, and then he's fulfilling duties outside of that time. So that is our Christian life. We're not a Christian just when we pray. And then we have we can't have a compartmentalized life. All right, and take off your Christian clothing, Christian hat, Christian garments. Now time to be in the world, do the world thing, put on the worldly clothes, worldly mentality. And yeah, why do we want to do that? Many motives. One of them is fitting in, it's easier, just be popular. People will accept you. You're like a chameleon, right? Yeah, I'm with you guys. Yeah, talk it up, laugh it up, schmuck it up. And you got more friends that way. It's easier. You don't have to suffer persecution. You don't have to be the weird one out. You don't have to be, but God calls you to be a king and a priest. The president, everyone votes for the president, and then they give, the survey, the approval ratings, they go down. They always go down. Right? We vote for you. We want you to be our leader. You're doing a bad job. Right? We see that with Moses. We see that with David. We see that with Apostle Paul. Right? The more I love you, the more I'm hated. But that's leadership. That's leadership, because you're going to care for them. You're going to love them. You're going to have them do what's good for them. Right? I don't want broccoli on my plate. You better put the broccoli on your plate. Right? Right? But he's stronger because they have a good leader. Right? Or you have bad parents. Fine, just be quiet. Be quiet. Here's your M&Ms, a plate full of M&Ms, colorful, right? And that child is happy. I have the best parents, right? Approval ratings go up. Yeah, but your teeth go down. Your health goes down. Your maturity, it stays down. You grow up into a beast, a monster, right? Spoiled child. Right? Tantrums. And the parent yields to your tantrums, oh no, right? Fast forward 10 years, what are you going to be? Right? We've seen employees, managers, mid-managers, bosses throwing tantrums in the office like, oh, this is ugly. You're a grown man. Why are you acting like that? Right? Red in the face, bullying in the office place, crying, right? What are we going to do? I can't do the work. I can't pay the bills. Our company, the stocks are going down. Right? No poise. Yeah. Oh, you can connect that to their childhood, how they were raised, given everything. Right? Silver spoon on a platter. Yeah. It's not just feeding the child. It's not just the flesh. Right? The mentality, the discipline, the character. And so, yeah, that's the phrase, right? Oh, you'll thank me when you grow up. I know you say, I don't love you. I hate you, Mom. Right? And then they grow up and say, Mommy, you're the best. You were the best, Mom. I'm sorry about this, that. I know I was a bad child. Right? You had to discipline me this many times. And I cried this many times, but instruct a child in the way they should go, and they will not depart from it. And what's that instruction? Molding. And why do you have to mold it? Because it's not the right shape. I have to push you. I have to press you. I have to shape you, make you into the shape. That means I have to, resist you, because you want to be a square. I'm a cube. Leave me alone. And there's resistance. Let me push into this corner here. Don't, right? Where there's action, there's an equal reaction. So a car hits a wall, then there's a force back onto the car that destroys the car. So when I push into the clay, there's a force acting back on the hand. Stop, don't push me, right? The child cries, and if it's a rebellious child, right? He gives faces, stares, maybe talks under its breath against the parent. And that can be beaten out of the child, right? Foolishness, you can beat it out of a child. You could also abuse that. If you hear that the wrong way, if you have the wrong heart, if you don't spend time with God, then you're going to say, I'm doing the will of God, and abuse your child and discourage them and provoke them to anger. And what would happen? I disciplined them, right? and you made a monster, right? Because there's balance and there's truth. Where's the truth? It's right here. And there's lies here and lies here. And so that's why we need to spend time in the presence of God, because a lot of times to understand instruction, when you're told instruction, oftentimes you already need to understand the instruction to understand. Oh, I know what you're talking about, because you already know what they're talking about. We get that from God. God puts it in our hearts. A lot of times, you can't comprehend. What are you saying? You ask questions, you ask all the wrong questions, you don't understand. So that's interesting, that process of learning how a lot of times when we receive instruction, it's not like brand new, it's more like a emphasizing or solidifying or a crystallization, this kind of a honing, this kind of like putting water into a funnel, into a vessel. That information, you kind of had a gist of it, you kind of had an idea of it, and then they're making it more clear, they're solidifying, they're defining the edges of it. So it's actually more like this. You get more perfect understanding with something you already kind of knew, right? They make it more clear, they delineate it, they outline it, you get a clearer picture, you get vision so that you don't perish. So you go to church, so you listen to leadership, so you read the Bible, so you listen, right, when God is speaking through brothers and sisters. And there was something interesting from discussion yesterday about, we're talking about how God, and I was reading it, I think in multiple places, how God sees through everything. People first, right? How God already knows what's happening in Sodom and Gomorrah, but he sends these angels so that he can see through the eyes of the angels. Let's go down to see. And also in Babel, let's go down to see. Let me go there. And so I bring that up because God, sometimes we think of God as, the man upstairs. Right? You look up, God, but you don't know God's also looking at you from behind you, from the wall. The stones are recording. And that person sees you. God might be seeing you through them, through their eyes, through their ears. So then what would that influence us to do? How would we behave? How would we treat them, knowing, so God is in you, and he's going to judge me for what you think about me and how I treat you. Right? And people object. No, you know what he did to me? Right? There's a servant that was forgiven much, and he mistreats his servant when he goes home, and there's other people around. And they bring the report to the king. Hey, so this guy that you just forgave, he's acting like this. He's being reported on. And then he's going to have to pay for that. Oh, so I heard you went home after I just forgave you and shown you that great mercy. You went home and did that to your servant? And I don't know if he calls him wicked, but more or less. And he passes judgment on the guy. And he's unforgiven. And he's has to owe all that. I think he's taken to the dungeon. If not destroyed. So looking for passage about Babel. The whole earth was of one language and of one speech. And it came to pass, Genesis 11, as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. This is people on the earth. And they said one to another, go to, let us make brick and burned them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime they had they for mortar. And they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men builded. And the Lord said, Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language, and this they begin to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them which they have imagined to do. Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So, yeah, as if he has to come down, let us go down. And Sodom and Gomorrah, they're going to go. They're going to see. And I forget the other place where it was. But yeah, he's using, he knows everything already, but then he comes down and he sees through the eyes of angels, he sees through people. And yeah, knowing that, it's going to benefit us. Even Jesus says, oh, when you didn't do it to him, that was me. That was me. And so we're not going around trying to figure out, so is Jesus, you in there? Is that you? Because if it is, then I'm going to treat you better, right? No, we're assuming that that's everybody. Everybody. Whoever I mistreat, right? Oh, he's your neighbor. You were neighbor to him. Right? So it could be him, always, all the time. Because you're going to be held accountable. You mistreat him, you mistreated me. Right? You didn't visit me, you didn't visit me. Right? You didn't visit him, you didn't visit me. So that's what we're called to, perfection. Right? Know his will, know of him, and we don't have to make excuses. Right? In the world, we heap up excuses. We load them up like in a gun. They're ready to shoot back, to fire back. Self-defense. Right? Hey, come on. Nobody's perfect, right? And back off. Bam, bam, shots fired. Right? You scared, right? Back off, back off. Nobody's perfect, okay? Like that's so true, right? You can't speak against it. Nobody's perfect. So don't put that on me. Back off. But we don't act like that. As Christians, we don't have to fear like that, because we understand we're called to perfection as he calls us perfect. And by his mercy, yeah, he says, oh, I'm going to call you perfect. I'm going to make you perfect. All right, now let's enjoy the process. Right? Here's your ups and downs. Right? I'll go through it. Crawl. Right? Get on your belly. Crawl. Get up. Run. Climb this. Jump down, crawl, get up, figure this out, choose, right? Like a whole obstacle course. Right? Discern which door, right? Okay, yeah. So I forget where, but we have those two sports, right? Like boxing, and then you have chess, and then people wanted to see both. Let's. How about we test both of them, right? And fight each other physically, and then we value also mental prowess. So. Ding, 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 go to your corner, bring out the chess table. All right, now sit down. Make a move. Wow, you guys are smart and strong. Right? They wanted to see that. They wanted to create that kind of sport. And God's saying, so be strong in this area, and this area, and this area, because Balak is going to talk with Balaam and try to curse you. Curse them from here. No? They're blessed. God's hand is over them. And come over here. Let's try from this angle. Curse them from here. Because, the enemy is doing that. The demons are trying to look at you, look for weak points, entry points. And, they might be onto something. Oh, this one jiggles. Oh, if we just keep trying this, eventually you better detect that, right? Oh, they're at that door. They found my weak spot, right? They're about to come in. I better address it, right? So you run and address it. And by the grace and mercy of God, we live that life, right? So that we're told, hey, here you go. Look, they're there. And they gathered up, they grouped up. You ever seen like the SWAT team, right, line up when they're about to breach a door? They can put a bomb on the door, and they're all lined up. Right? Okay, clear. It's going to blow up that way, and as soon as the door blows, they're all going to rush in, right, line in. They're about to breach. They call that a breach, right? They're about to breach the door, or sometimes they could just breach a wall, right? Right here. They won't expect us here. Boom. Right? They're going to come in. And walls, how do you secure walls? God gives secure walls. God gives walls that don't fall down to the enemy, to those that don't focus on God. He talks about that a lot. The walls. Right? You need your walls. You need Nehemiah. You need a built-up walls. Yeah, that's important. That's symbolic. That's physical. That's functional. If your walls fall, God let it fall, right? Because of you and your focus or lack of focus on God. And it stands because of your focus or lack of focus on God. Your attentiveness to Him, and not just sitting in His presence, but then going and doing what He told you to do, and then coming back and sitting in His presence, and then executing the will of God on earth, going back to heaven, right, in prayer, coming back to earth, doing what God would do, right, letting God use you, being an instrument of love and mercy and judgment and mercy, right? Now, here, to this person and that person, to whom, to what, to when, what words, as you die to yourself. Oh, I got a great idea. Wait. Nope, God's idea. Oh, you know what? I got a great idea. Nope, God's idea. Right? And keep being redirected. And even receiving the rebuke, right? Satan, get behind me. Okay. So, you are the rock. Upon this rock I will build my church. Satan, get behind me. Okay. And he's not leaving. He's not leaving. Oh man, that's the wrong mindset. So I failed. That was a big blunder. Okay, let's keep going. He's still talking. What's he saying? Keep listening. Keep receiving. Keep becoming. Keep being disciplined, discipled into what you're going to be. Right? And then, yeah, you're going to rise up again. We're doing it. Yes. The devils, they leave because of your name. Yeah, and then, well, Jesus, I'll never leave you. I'll never leave you. It doesn't matter. I don't care about the crow, the cock crowing. I don't care about that. Regardless, we'll never leave you. Right? Weeping bitterly. Right? It happened just like Jesus said. I don't have control over myself. Yeah, and it's God that's going to lift you back up. Is Jesus that's praying for you. Do you love me? Yes, yes. Do you love me? Why are you asking again? Do you love me? Right? Like, you know. Right? Yes. Pull that out of him. Right? Yes, I thought I knew. I thought I did. I answered from my heart. But you know. And indeed, he let the answer be yes. You do love me. Feed my sheep. Instruction. Now go do this. Go do this. Right? Let's heal that wound. Right? I know you failed. I know you feel bad. I know you wept bitterly. And no one could fix that. Right? Who could heal you? Who could help you recover? Who could refresh you? God can. Right? No one could. Right? Hey guys. Jesus is gone. And I thought he was the Messiah. Let's go fishing. Let's go fishing. I mean, that's what we do. That's who we are, right? Let's go back to our old identities. Yeah. It's so hot. I'm going to take off my clothes. I'm going to take off my identity. It's just fishing. That's not who you are. You're naked. That's not what I clothed you to be, equipped you to be. Come back here, Peter. Right? That's the Lord. And John says, that's the Lord. Right? Because you're following instruction. He gave you instruction. He's back. He didn't go. He didn't go. He completed the work. And he's going to give you a mantle. He's going to give you instruction. He's going to bring you into this next season, next phase. All right, Peter, feed my sheep. I came back. I wasn't gone. You thought I was gone. Right? I had to do some things. I came back. And yeah. So there's the evil, wicked servants, right, who say, oh, we are happy when you left, right? Because this is our kingdom. And then, no, you have the disciples, right, who receive the Son, right, who receive the instruction, who continue to do the work. All right, now feed my sheep. Go out into the field. Go labor. Oh, yeah, we will labor. Yeah, they will. And so, as we do, we return to our first love, right? Because, I mean, this, as I was reading Exodus, yeah, it felt like daily life. Right? Exodus 29, verse 11, and thou shalt kill the bullock before the Lord by the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. Thou shalt take of the blood of the bullock and put it upon the horns of the altar with thy finger, and pour all the blood beside the bottom of the altar. And you shall take all the fat that covers the inwards, and the caul that is above the liver, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, and burn them upon the altar. But the flesh of the bullock, and his skin, and his dung, you shall burn with fire without the camp. It is a sin offering. You shall also take 1 ram, and Aaron and his sons shall put their hands upon the head of the ram, and you shall slay the ram. Why are you putting your hand on the ram? That's you. You're transferring unto them, your identity unto them. This is me. Die for me. I should die like this. You shall slay the ram, and you shall take his blood and sprinkle it round about the altar, and you shall cut the ram in pieces, and wash the inwards of him and his legs, and put them unto his pieces and unto his head, and you shall burn the whole ram upon the altar. It is a burnt offering unto the Lord. It is a sweet savor, and offering made by fire unto the Lord. And you shall take the other ram, and Aaron and his sons shall put their hands upon the head of the ram. Then shall you kill the ram, and take of his blood, and put it upon the tip of the right ear of Aaron, and upon the tip of the right ear of his sons, and upon the thumb of their right hand, and upon the great toe of their right foot, and sprinkle the blood upon the altar round about. And you shall take of the blood that is upon the altar, and of the anointing oil, and sprinkle it upon Aaron, and upon his garments, and upon his sons, and upon the garments of his sons with him, and he shall be hallowed, and his garments, and his sons' garments with him. Also you shall take of the ram the fat and the rump, and the fat that covers the inwards, and the caul above the liver, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, and the right shoulder, for it is a ram of consecration, and 1 loaf of bread, and 1 cake of oiled bread, and 1 wafer out of the basket of the unleavened bread that is before the Lord. When I was reading through this, right, especially when I was first reading the Bible, 2nd, 3rd time through, right, what is this? All these body parts, what are we doing? What are they doing? I don't understand. Right? But now reading it, it's like, this is every day. This is our daily life. This is me. Right? Wash the inwards. Yeah, cut me up. Yeah, put me on the altar. Burn me up. Process me. Yeah, I'm processed food. Process me. I'm process of perfection. It's sweet. As long as there's that. A sweet savor unto the Lord. Let it be a sweet savor, God. Cut me up. Scrape my heart. Right? Let me be a living sacrifice. Cut it up, separate the blood and the fat, do what you need to do with the liver and the rump and all the parts. Sort it out. Because we need to die. We need to be cut up and split up, opened up. It's violent. Yeah, but it's a sweet savor unto the Lord. And what else, right? And you shall also, right? It's not over. It's not over. The day's not over. Right? We work as day. Those who drink are drunk in the night, but we labor for the Lord. As laborers, we look forward to the reward. Right? There's going to be payment. Okay, guys, all right, guys. A penny for you, a penny for you, a penny for you, a penny for you. Right? The payday is going to be payday. Even as we go to that big payday, we labor and we die knowing, to die is the gain, right? Because we're trying to live and life is in the Lord. And so we understand through the process of pain, right, there's pleasure up ahead, investment, there's life, there's the Lord. And so we get to see him more and more as we submit, as we subject ourselves to the processing, to the pressure, to the process of extracting oil, right? So that we can be daily a sweet savor to the Lord. In Jesus' name.